Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Um, so I've been trading for the past 1.5 years, so I'm not too experienced, but then the few things I've learned, I'm putting them together. So today I decided to record my thought processes when I'm taking a trade. Okay, so my trading strategy has been the break and retest of either support or resistance. Okay, it's a retail trading concept. So basically I do trade synthetic indices and then currencies, but my focus is more on synthetic indices. And the reason is simple. This is only for those who are good at technical analysis. Here there is no fundamental, there is no news affecting the performance of the synthetic assets. Okay, so you can trade it without any high volatility news coming to interfere with your setup. Once you get your technicals right, you are good to go. Okay, so there are different assets, so many of them, but currently what I'm looking at is Vix25 1S, volatility 25 1S, and you can see it right here, the name right here at the top. Okay, so before any other thing, I follow these processes when I'm trading. First, I need market structure analysis. Okay, market structure. Market structure analysis to know my directional bias. Then I do top-down analysis, which is similar to the market structure analysis that you do, but the reason I go top-down is to find an entry on the lower time frame to reduce my risk. So and my entry model is a break and a retest, of either support or resistance. Okay, we know that when support is broken, it can act as a resistance to push price to the downside, and when resistance is broken, it can act as support to push price to the upside. And we know our market structure, basic market structure for a bullish trend is what? Higher highs and then higher lows formation. And then for the bearish structure, we have higher lows and then lower lows. Okay, for a sideways market, we have equal highs, and then equal lows. Don't mind my writings. Okay, so enough. Let's go straight into the charts and then we see. This video is not going to last for long. We have only 15 minutes to record this video so that it doesn't become lengthy. Straight away, looking at our monthly time frame on these indices, we can see that the monthly has been consolidating, has been in a consolidation. Why? Sorry, my chart is not loading. Well, but focus on this. We have price giving us this resistance right here, and then we have this support right here. Here there was an attempt to break, but it was a fake out, market broken and then bought. So currently this market seems to be raging, but when we look at the current candle for the month of October 2023, is bullish. Okay, so I anticipate that price is aiming at sweeping the resistance, and then we continue the buy, or we can likewise get a rejection and then sell to the downside. But given that price is not able to travel down below much and is staying at the top, I'll be bullish. And then the monthly time frame is also bullish. So let's scale down to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we can see that this was the level that was identified on the monthly time frame, okay, as resistance. Here price tried to break through and then broke back in, and then there was a break of this area of support right here, okay, right here, and then once price broke, it sold for a while and then came back again to retest the area. And what we can see is that price came to retest this supply zone. If you know about supply and demand trading, others may call it an order block, and there was a rejection which caused these sales, okay. But after these sales, price refused to take out this low, okay. It gave us a higher low, so we can connect that with a trend line and then see how price will behave the next time it comes back to it, okay. So for trend lines, you see that 2 touches is enough. 2 touches is enough to confirm a trend line, okay. But maximum if you have 3, that is cool, but 2 touches is okay. So our trend line is valid. So market came down to give us this low, and then the next time we traded back down, we couldn't take out the low. It means that market is more bullish. And look at something here. When we stretch it to the left side, this has been an area of resistance that was previously broken, okay. So when resistance gets broken and price come back to it, it becomes support, and price bought from there. And then we could see that market came back again and then respected a trend line and is pushing to the upside. So this asset is bullish, okay. This asset is bullish. This asset has been bullish on the weekly time frame. So currently, let me zoom. Currently what we can see is that price has been bullish for how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now, pushing back to the upside, okay. And we can equally put a trend line at the top here for the weekly time frame. Let me use the bodies of the candles, and at the break, you see that previously here was support that was broken. Market came to retest it, but it was not a perfect retest, but price pushed up a bit into the supply zone before pushing down into the trend line. So we are getting some kind of a bullish wedge pattern where price is traveling between this trend line and the lower trend line. So trend lines act as dynamic support and resistance. So here becomes support and here becomes our resistance, and market is pushing up there again, okay. But I'll be bullish. So going down a step further to the daily time frame, we could see, let me paint this black area dark gray, this area of support. On the daily, we could see that we had this touch, the trend line beginning from this zone. That was the first touch of the trend line. Let me make this a bit lighter, cool. So we had the first touch here, and then we had a second touch here which price actually violated, and the purpose of the violation was to tap into for price to tap into the supply zone above there. This area was violated and market tapped into the supply zone and gave us a bearish reversal pattern, which is an evening star formation, a bullish candle, a doji, and then a bearish candle, and market sold beautifully on the daily. Okay, so what we are seeing is that market is pushing up again, and at this time, what is market seeking? Remember, we have this area of resistance right here, and if you want to adjust it on the daily, we can adjust it to this side, where previously this was support that has been broken. So we are getting some retest to the area, which is also in line with our trend line. Okay, so what I'll be expecting is for price to sell a bit into this area of resistance that price just broke out of. It will sell back into the area and attempt a buy to the upside, and if that one fails, then we are going to see this asset trade right down into this resistance line or support line, sorry, to confirm a third touch of the trend line, and then perhaps we can get another bullish move from here. Okay, so this is in the long term. So how do we trade this asset? Let me zoom up, let me zoom out. So we could see that market is right here in an area of support that was broken. So we are waiting for a retest as resistance, so I'm expecting a push down. Okay, let's go to H4. So on H4, the 4-hour time frame, we can see the area of resistance right there. Let me delete this line. We have 3 minutes to close this video. So we have an area of resistance right here, which I expect price to retrace into for a continuous buy to confirm this trend line, maybe a third touch to the trend line, and then we see how price will react. At the break of the trend line, then I will anticipate that market wants to come into this zone again, and then I will anticipate some buys here. Okay, so once this zone also gets broken, then I know we are getting down more, we are going to sell more. All right, so that is that. So going to the 1 hour time frame, our time is almost up. The 1 hour time frame, we can see that market is reacting so well, and it's giving us a very nice trend line. Okay, so I expect a push down. I expect a push down into this area right at this spot. This is an area of resistance that has been broken. Okay, so I expect some push down into that area, and then we see a possible push to the upside. So that is my expectation. You can go down to as low as even the 15 minutes, and it's the area or the zone becomes so clear, so clear. All right, it becomes so clear. So that is my expectation on that asset. So I'll be looking for some sales into the zone right at this spot, and then a possible buy continuation, or at the break of this spot, then I know market wants to come down more. All right, so thank you so much. That has been my expectation on this asset. And on the 15 minutes, we could equally see this area right at this spot. You can see another area at this spot. Okay, so we can mark them down in that order, and then we can put a trend line on it again. We could see that price has broken that trend line and is pushing to the upside. Okay, let me mark this area of resistance. It's pushing to the upside. So I expect these assets to fall into this area before we have a